Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Back to that lemon light city, sweet Hope, Chicago. 2 is 4, 4 4 6. Come on, baby, now get your business fixed. Come on, honey, don't you?
Hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine.
Hi, Avi Meyers here. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine. Thank you so much for that marvelous intro. Marty Levinson, you the man. Want to thank our sponsor today, Lunt Gardens Condominium, who I guess the special language is this program is brought to you in part by. But thanks so much, guys. We really appreciate it. Thanks to my entire technical crew, Sonny Hersh. Check his website out at caps24.org for all the latest CAPS meetings. He is the district advisory chairman of the 24th District Community Policing, and it is a pleasure to have the distinguished state senator of the 8th District, the chairman of the executive committee of the Illinois State Senate, Ira Silverstein. Senator Silverstein, how are you?
Ira.
Ira. I know you. I know since you're a kid.
Yeah, you've known me too long. That's the problem.
Yeah, I know, but I still like you.
Feelings mutual. Anyways.
So anyway, yeah, you grew up. So this was a very interesting session in the legislature, as they almost all are.
Well, this year we got done early. Usually, last couple of years we've been staying late, but this year we got done in May, which is unusual under with this governor. Yeah. Thank God. But we got a good budget. We got out, and now we're everyone's getting ready for re-election.
Yeah. Now I know this is the one time you've had to run the last 2 elections in a row.
Yes, I'm midterm right now. Yeah. So, but I'm still campaigning, still working the district. Doesn't stop. But my name won't be on the ballot this time. So
no, I might vote for you for one of the other positions.
You can write it. Well, wait a minute. I don't know. Hold on.
I'm not saying it on the air, but you know exactly which one I'm going to do.
Hold on. Vote who's there on who's printed.
No, just once, legally.
Whatever you do in the voting booth is your prerogative.
Right. Okay. And I won't advise you. Don't worry.
No, okay. Thank you.
No, but the fact of the matter is we're talking. I did vote for you every single time you've run, though.
How many times?
Just once. Okay. Just once. I mean, you know what? So I thought to ask permission a few times, but it doesn't usually work out.
Okay.
Just once. Voting is a funny thing, but the first time I ever voted in an election and checked an X by a box or whatever was the best person I ever voted for. It's been straight downhill from there.
Well,
you know who the first person I ever...
No, I'm afraid to ask.
Okay. In 1972, under 21, I was able to vote for the first time. They gave me the ballot, which was a paper ballot for delegates to the Democratic Convention. And there was a fellow named Abram S. Meyers who was running as a delegate for Eugene McCarthy. Oh, and I put an X next to my name.
Oh, there you go. Well,
and what can I tell you? I agreed with the guy.
Well, run again. I'm sure you might get another vote.
Not going to... One
vote of the vote.
So that's really about right. So, you know what? Okay, chairman of the executive committee, that's an important job. And you know what? You're looking at how many years? 8 years, 10 years now in the Senate?
About 8. It's going on 8.
8. So you're developing some seniority.
Yeah, there has been a lot of turnover in the Senate due to unfortunate deaths or retirements. So, like any type of institution, there's always that turnover, and we'll see what happens.
Plus, people do get unelected, although...
Yes, people do get unelected, but for the most part, it's been pretty stable. For the last couple of years, there has been a lot of turnover.
Yeah. Now, in terms of property tax, is there going to be any kind of relief bill coming up before the tax bills go out?
That's the number one call we're getting in the district. We did vote, and I did sponsor a bill in the Senate to keep the 7% cap. It went over to the House. It was called in the House. Unfortunately, it lost. It's sitting in the House. I'm hoping that in the veto session, Speaker Madigan will call it and vote it out. It's a very big issue up here. Our property taxes up here on the north and northwest side is skyrocketing. We need some relief. I have elderly, senior citizens who cannot pay the property taxes and have to make a choice, unfortunately, and I've heard this story, and it's over and over again, that they have to make a choice to pay their prescription drugs or the property taxes. It is heartbreaking. We do have programs in Illinois regarding homestead exemptions and all these other programs, but in general, we need some more relief here, and I'm hoping that the Speaker will call the bill in November.
I hope so, too. That would be a terrific thing now. Last time also there was an exemption of sorts. I don't understand all the legalities, but I know like you were talking about a homestead exemption.
Yeah, I mean, we've raised a homestead exemption for seniors and other ways to help the seniors. But we need some relief, property relief for everybody, and the 7% cap is really important. If we're going to try to keep people in the city, in the area, we need this relief right now. If not, everyone's going to start running away.
Yeah, I know that I did not get quite as big a boost as my neighbors, but I still got about a 40%.
Everyone in the district on the north side, either 40 or 45%. If you own an apartment building, well, it's even bigger. Some of them appeal it. But it's still, I mean, for an average person who's got a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, it's still a lot of money.
Plus, the class I'm in. So,
exactly, and you got other expenses. It isn't property taxes, utilities, whatever, and it's a lot of money.
Yeah, utilities is, now that you bring it up, and actually you're on the you're a member of the Senate, so yeah, my gas bills kind of went up a little bit.
Yeah,
now.
well, I mean but
well, I know that's the free market.
It's the free market. I mean, ComEd's trying is their rate freeze is ending. We have a bill in the Senate right now in the House to keep that freeze, which hopefully that will get out. But I think in general, I mean, we need. That
would be nice.
Yeah, it would be nice. I mean, but we need some relief up here, and it's not only areas across other parts of the city. And I'm hoping that there'll be a significant amount of feedback from other legislators that will convince the Speaker to call the bill again. I know up here, our Representative Lang voted for it, and I know he was one of the sponsors. And every time I get a call, from that Park district, I refer him to Lou or Representative D'Amico. Both of them supported. So we'll have to see what happens when we go back in November.
Okay. Now, is it unfreezing this summer? Is the auction going to be taking place for energy?
Yeah, for the energy, yes. That's going on with ComEd. So they're dealing with the ICC to work out some way to implement this new rate increase. But we have our own proposal in the legislature that may put a hold on it. We'll see what happens.
Okay, well, good luck, and I hope your bill works.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
We hope that we'll see what happens.
That would be great. Now, of course, now this is basically a community show, but of course, I'm not kidding about being Jewish here. So, I got to bring some of this up, and this is part of the neighborhood also. But there was a very important rally, as far as I was concerned, not that long ago, downtown by the Federal Building, about Israel. And actually, there were five people, and I was surprised by some of them. But there were 5 people that wound up speaking, and definitely people that all of a sudden are on my list. And, well, I don't think all of a sudden for a lot of them, but some of them I well knew about. And people that definitely showed themselves to be real friends of Israel. There was Congressman Kirk. There was Judy Bartopinko, the Republican candidate for governor. There was Lisa Madigan, who's running for election for Attorney General. And from the Senate, there was you, of course. And I understand you spoke very well. I wasn't there. And Senator Schoenberg.
Yeah, it was a rally, about 5,000 people there. The Federation organized this on a Thursday for a Monday rally. And it was a pretty intense rally because we had counter-protesters across the street from us. And it was pretty intense, but I think our voices were heard. No, your voices were definitely heard, although I did, I actually made a point of watching that's the wonderful thing about having a DVR. I was able to tape every single news channel. I could put up to 60 hours of programming on. And I was able to look at which programs, which commentators gave more publicity to the Arabic side, to the Arab side, the Palestinian side, which highlighted the Jewish side, how they went into the story. It was sort of an education for me. Well, we do live in a democracy. Everyone is entitled to their free speech. I think that most newscasts, I haven't seen all the newscasts, maybe you have seen it better, I think it was pretty even-handed. But, it's a very contentious issue. This issue goes back from day one, from the beginning of time. Yeah, we're talking about like 3,500 to 4,000 years without knowing the exact date as how far this issue goes back. We're dealing with land, and we're dealing with emotions, and we're dealing with a lot of tension and conflict, and it's something that's always going to be around, unfortunately. Unfortunately, as a matter of fact, one thing I'll just mention real quick to people, check on the internet. I can email you the site. I always take the McLaughlin Group. I always think it's one of the better comedies on TV. I even saw Joe Moore there one time with his foie gras. But this particular weekend, I found out you can get a transcript on the web free, and you can rewatch it on the web. They had what I consider the most intelligent discussion about Israel and Arabic lands that I've ever seen, really going back over 100 years into the history of the situation in in-depth detail. Some people were for the Israeli side, some people the Palestinian side, but it was an unbelievably, really good in-depth conversation that was factual. Yeah, well, shocked me. This situation that started in the last 13 days, I mean, it was provoked by those 2 Israeli soldiers who were kidnapped. Yeah. And unfortunately, Israel has had to do what she has to do to get those soldiers back. And they're up against a very tough militant group, Hezbollah, and you're dealing with a group that a lot of Arab nations don't want to deal with either. I mean, quietly they might be rooting for Israel, I don't know. But this is a radical group that has unfortunately taken over Lebanon.
No question.
They won 18 seats in the last parliamentary election in Lebanon, and you know what they stand for is the destruction of Israel. Now, other Arab states, Jordan, Egypt, has made peace with Israel.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe hopefully someday God will have peace with Syria, but this is a group that's intent is just destroying Israel. And if you're living on the northern border of Israel, it's unfortunately you have bombs being thrown at you, missiles being thrown at you. This is before this ever happened, and I think Israel said this is enough, and they have to do this for their own security purposes. So, I mean, the United States is sticking with Israel. I mean, the president has made it clear that, you know, they have to do what they can to fight terrorism, and I'm hoping that hopefully this conflict will end. I'm hoping that there can be some resolution. I don't know what the solution is going to be, but it's, you know, in the neighborhood here, it's a very personal issue. My sister lives in Israel. I'm very passionate about it. I worry about her every day. I call her almost every day to make sure she's okay. But and I have nieces and nephews out there, and it's an extremely passionate issue. And we just have to make sure that our voices are heard. That we want peace, and our goal is not to destroy another people, another country, as opposed to what the other side is saying.
Yeah, no, I agree very much with everything you're saying, and I also do want to point out that the Lebanese people were always a very nice people, and it'd be nice if the Lebanese people actually got to run Lebanon instead of Syria and Hezbollah.
That's okay, we're going to get into international.
Right. No.
But that you're right. You hit it on it. The Lebanon, unfortunately, has I don't know what the politics in there. I only can deal with one state at a time, but. They don't have control, and it's sad seeing all these bombs being dropped on both sides, and innocent civilians getting killed. It's extremely difficult to watch.
Yeah, we're actually running out of time. This is great. I mean, this is really going well. Tell us real quick, is there anything else in the state I mean, it's important stuff, the property taxes.
Property taxes, I did a bill to protect predatory lending. We did a bill, I authored a bill.
I'm a big fan of that, by the way. I'm glad you mentioned that. Big fan of stopping that stuff.
Good. Hopefully not a victim. Pre-taxing, there was an article in the Sun-Times last year about people getting their cell phone records. I introduced a bill signed by Governor Blagojevich preventing that. Overall, I mean, the state is financially trying to get back on its feet, but hopefully we'll see what happens in the next couple months.
I want to thank very much my special guest here, the president of the Executive Committee of the Illinois Senate, Ira Silverstein. Thanks, Sonny Hersh. Stick around. Our next guest, Jan Schakowsky. Thanks so much, Ira.
Thank you.